So hello, everybody. It's nice to meet with everybody virtually, at least, and always great to see the comments and all the different countries represented. This is our opportunity as the folks that kind of lead the Data Information System, or DIS, to tell you about what's been happening over the last year, what new tools there might be that are available for you, and what some of the things are that are planned for the upcoming future. But before we do that, I do want to make sure that we have thank you to the people that help us, in addition to our team back here in the United States. We also use the folks in the technology working group to help us with understanding requirements and just generally double checking what we're doing makes sense and works in their region. Here's the list of people, and if you have thoughts or suggestions about things that are working or not working for you in Globe, you can always look to your technology working group representative, and we meet with them regularly, and they can send comments back up to us to help guide what we do. So thank you to the technology working group members, and extra special thanks to Lisa Dallas. She is our NASA task manager, and she is the one at the end of the day that helps to guide us in terms of what we're doing and what our priorities should be, and just generally make sure that we're doing what we need to do. So I do want to thank all those people involved, and of course all of you for doing what you do. I'd like to pass it over to Joe Wyclawick. He leads up the Globe Observer work. So if you've used the Globe Observer app, you've probably seen what Joe leads, and he'll talk to you a bit about the app and some of the things that have been going on. So over to you, Joe.
So yeah, I'd like to talk about some of the recent enhancements that we've made to the app in the past year. And most recently, as of just this past Friday, we have delivered the final Petasphere protocols to the Observer app and the new desktop data entry forms. A little bit earlier this year, we delivered the soil characterization protocols to the app and the web forms. But as of just this past Friday, we delivered soil moisture, temperature, and frost tube. So we're really excited to have now completed the migration of all the protocols into the app and the new data entry forms. And in the coming weeks, we'll be changing the default data entry to point to those new forms. So really excited about that. In the last year, we also added the ability to identify trees, genus, and species while performing tree height observations. So it's an optional feature, but it's a nice enhancement that if somebody is measuring the height of a tree using the trees protocol within the app, they can also identify that tree and include that as part of their submission. So that's some of the things we've delivered for the app and data entry in the past year. A few things we've got working right now include the ability to submit feature photos for clouds. So some of you may have seen this in the land cover protocol. We're working on this right now for clouds, where you can submit a photo of an interesting atmospheric feature that might not align with the compass direction or inclination above the horizon that you normally would submit with your clouds protocol or with your cloud submission. You can take an extra photo and include information and caption and details about what you're seeing. We're also working on the ability to use test and practice users so that you can try out a protocol. So maybe there's a protocol that you haven't used before, don't have a lot of experience with, and you're worried about submitting inaccurate data until you get familiar with the protocol. By switching over to a practice user, within the app, you can practice that, submit the data. It won't be preserved, but you'll be able to submit it and make sure that the data validates okay, and that you're familiar with it before you start submitting data for real. And for new users to the app, they'll be able to use this mode to actually try out the app, try the protocols before they even sign up for an account. And finally, we're also working on land cover flyover notifications. So very similar to what we're doing with clouds flyover notifications and satellite matching, we're working on that for land cover as well. All right, now those are some things we're working on already for the app that'll be coming very soon. But we've got some other great ideas that we're in discussions with various people about to bring to the app and the program. And first of those is a connection that we're looking at for the NISAR mission, which is due to launch very, very soon. The idea is that we're looking to augment the land cover protocol with some additional metadata that will help with ground truthing for the NISAR mission. This might include identifying a crop type if you're doing a land cover observation in an agricultural area, getting information about what crops are available or are being grown, and information about that, perhaps capturing the height of the crops or row spacing, things like that. Those things would all help with ground truthing for NISAR. So we're in discussions with the mission right now about that and looking at how to bring that into the app. We're also looking at how we can connect your observations with various emergency response agencies. This might be through the Clouds protocol or land cover protocol, to help get photos and information about what you're seeing into the hands of people that might be able to use that to coordinate response or alert activities on the ground. And finally, we're looking at giving people a way to archive their sites without losing their data. We've heard a lot of feedback about people that have used a lot of data entry sites over the years. Those lists are getting a little bit long, and so we're looking at how we can help where you can archive an older site, perhaps favorite your most frequently used sites, and make it easier to pick a site that you're performing your observations at. And then just as a preview, we're also these are some very early concepts of how we're looking to more closely integrate all of the protocols within the app and training. And so these are just some early designs of a new homepage and a way to select your protocols that we're considering. And through this, you can sort of see in the concept on the far right, the ability to see information about the protocol, links to the field guide, and even some training within the app. We believe that there are some protocols where you might be able to that might be well suited for some in-app training, where you can actually get some training within the app and start doing the protocol very quickly. So these are just some of the enhancements that we're looking at going forward, and we're really excited about them. And I'll hand it off to Cornell now.
Hello, I'm Cornell Lewis from Long Beach, California. It's 5:49, still dark here. All right, next slide. I'm going to be talking about the enhancements to the Globe website from last year. The first one I'm talking about will be the improved e-training protocol certification process. This addresses an issue where users have often been unsure on which modules they need to complete in order to become protocol certified, which allows them to do the measurements for all the protocols and become a Globe educator. So the new system takes them through a step-by-step process. It's 3 steps that tells you exactly which modules you should do based off what you select. So you can see on the screenshot on the below, it's under training, and then you see a protocol certification guide. Starts, okay, certification guide. You can see on the right, that's a screenshot of the first screen. So the first step is Introduction to Globe, and that's just the module that talks about what the program is um, and how you will be using Globe to do the measurements and across all the spheres. There's right now there's a PowerPoint presentation that you can look at, and then there is an assessment test you can take. And you'll see that these little circles on the right. Once you complete that step, you get a little green checkbox. So step 2 is introduction to one of the spheres. So whether it's atmosphere, biosphere, hydrosphere, pedosphere, again, you go over the module, then take the assessment test. And the third step is once you've selected one of the introduction spheres, then you select one of the protocols under the sphere you selected. So you can see there's a drop down where you can select all the protocols that are under that sphere. Then you take the tests, complete the assessment test. Then next slide, you will become protocol certified. You can view your training records and your certificate. You can always come back here and do other introduction spheres and other protocols to be trained in other protocols, certified in other protocols. So once you've done that, you can then do measurements for all the protocols, whether on the app or the data entry forms. So this year, we've been primarily looking at upgrading the website to the latest version of the content management system, or Liferay. So Liferay 74172 right now. We're in the final development phases, and we'll be doing testing shortly after that. This new version has some improved page and content management tools. It's a more stable version of Liferay. It's better supported by Liferay. And there are a lot of new and exciting tools that you can use to help you manage your pages and use the site. So there'll be a documentation for all this, of course, that you can refer to. So one of the new things you'll see right away is right now for those who manage their organizations, there's a manage section on the side admin menu where you have users and organizations, partner dashboard, trainer dashboard, workshop administration. All that's being moved to a new location. So you will see a little icon here in the top right. You click on that, you'll see a tab for manage, and then you'll see users and organizations, partner dashboard, workshops, school staff supports. All that's going to be located here rather than over on the side admin menu. So one thing we're introducing to all content contributors in 7.4 is a new page type known as content pages. These are available in 7.2, but we're not really using them across all the sites, and it's been improved and new things have been added to these pages. So we're at a point now where we'd like to introduce it to everyone. So it does have a new interface. You can see a screenshot here. You've got a left panel, a right panel, a top panel, and the main panel. And there are a lot of new tools to better manage and configure the page elements or page fragments. These pages can be saved as a draft. So if you're working on a new page, you can save it, come back later, and until you publish it, your changes won't show up on the live site. So that's a nice new feature. So you can work on a page and add stuff to it and then publish it when you're ready. So all the existing pages, which are known as widget pages, will be converted to these content pages in 7.4. Not immediately, but we will start migrating the new page types to all the organizations, whether it's a region, country, partner. They will all have these new content pages. Here's an example of new content creation tools are being introduced, new page fragments. You can see there's a new interface on the left here that allows you to drag the element onto the page. Again, it's a better interface for managing these page fragments and elements. It has inline editing capability, so you can edit the content right on the page. You'll still have the content article, content web articles, but in addition, you have a new way of editing your content right on the page itself. So you can edit the page title, you can drag these new page fragments to the page and edit the content right on the page. There's also the ability to add a configurable grid container, which allows you to better lay out your content on the page. You can lay it out in multiple columns as shown here. You can change the number of columns. You can adjust the width of each column by using these configuration options on the right. So that I think that's something that really improves the ability to lay the page out as you want. Next slide. We're also going to introduce new content page templates. So every organization, whether it's region, country, partner, will have the ability to use these page templates. It will aid you in setting up your page. It'll have some page fragments on the page for you already. And again, everything I've shown you will be on a managing the website document that we will be providing to everyone to use. Other things coming up after the upgrade, we've been talking about adding language translations for the site for a while now. 7.4 has better integration tools for doing that. We're going to improve the protocol and teacher's guide section. We're going to modernize it and update it. We're going to improve the campaigns and project sections to make it easier to filter and search for the different campaigns and projects. We're going to have an enhanced user dashboard that will have content that you typically will use right there on a sort of a starting page for users to come to the website and go to their dashboard and to find what they typically use in terms of resources and content. Member badges, we're going to dynamically place badges on members' My Pages and school pages, and an improved site search with filtering for categories or by organization and by content type. 7.4 has an improved search capability and functionality for that as well.
Thank you, Cornell. So if it wasn't clear too that a lot of what Cornell was just addressing is available to those who have the special capabilities that allow them to edit the website. So that's for a lot of the GIO folks, as well as country coordinators and partners, regional directors, and so on. So hopefully it'll make things a little easier for folks who have that particular role. So as Cornell mentioned, we have a list of things that people have requested, but a lot of what we end up doing are from what you say. So if you have things that you think are very important and would be very helpful in your country, please let us know. Work with your technology working group representative to carry that message through to us. I think you heard both Joe and Cornell say, we heard from you that this was an issue, and so we're working to address it. The archiving sites is one example where I've heard that from a couple different teachers that they have this long list of sites, and wouldn't it be great if we could archive some of these? So we really do listen to what you come up with and send that back to us. So we appreciate your input and ideas and real-time addressing of issues with Andrea. Whatever it might be, we're here to help. So there is our contact information. We have slightly different emails than we did last year, so just take a note that they've changed a little bit, and we appreciate everybody's help and input and your support in doing Globe. That's it for us. Thank you.